You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm giving a thanks to Mr. Barjot as well as Mr. Abujar to get me part of this meeting and to have a session conducted by me on a legal thing. I had an opportunity to be a public prosecutor in the High Court. Somewhere in 1990, I had passed my LLB, and in briefly, I'll just point it out to you all that being a public prosecutor, I had conducted lot many cases in the High Court where I have achieved death sentences and life sentences and other minor sentences, as well as I was a additional public prosecutor for the central government for a period over 10 years. So I have whatever knowledge I had gained as a public prosecutor, I will try to highlight, because now since 2016, I had moved out from the Office of Public Prosecutor, High Court, Bombay, as an additional public prosecutor and additional government pleader. And I have worked for central government also as an additional public prosecutor. So I'll be happy to discuss all the points, whatever the important in brief for about 10 to 15 minutes. Thereafter, I'll be welcoming all the questions if any is there. So criminal law basically rotate in IPC and CRPC and Evidence Act. IPC is a penal code where any offense is committed and then they are being penalized for it. Like offense like assault, like murder, like kidnapping, like any forgery, fraud, any other offenses like rape, threatening for a ransom. So all different kind of offenses are there, and after that they are being penalized if the offense is proved, and the procedure which has been followed is as per Criminal Procedure Act and CRPC, that is, and Evidence Act is also very relevant, because evidence is being conducted in the court as per the Evidence Act. There is a Electronic Evidence Act, there is a Documentary Evidence Act, and there is a Medical Evidence Act also. So offenses like abatement, conspiracy, human body, each offenses is being registered, and ultimately they are being prosecuted and defended by their concerned lawyer. And thing is that I will be highlighting on senior maintenance of seniority act, maintenance and parental and seniority act. If anything is being conducted, if any harassment is being caused to senior citizens in house, there is a law to prevent everything. There is a law to file application in the tribunal concern, and maximum amount of 10,000 when the bill was made out and the act was made out. It is pertaining to the maintenance, food, house, medical facilities. The childrens will have to give. Childrens as well as other in-laws, children as well as heirs, legal heirs, who is depending on the old aged parents' property. They have to maintain the senior citizen very properly. So, Senior Citizenship Act is there, which protect the seniors. Then there is a Suppose if any robbery is being committed in the house, if I'm going to another topic, suppose if any robbery is being committed, if the robbery is being committed, there is a people should not house robbery. If the person is out of the house, they should not get panicky. They should inform the police immediately. They should not enter the premises. They should click the pictures and then intimate the police. Police will take its own course to investigate the matter, and if the culprit found, basically they try to get, because there is a fingerprint on the door, there is a fingerprint on the household things, because basically robbery is being committed by the people who are you known to you in the sense servant, watchmen of the building, and etc etc. If the person is continuously meeting your servant, then you should look into it. You should try to make inquiry. You should try to get his details and then report it to the police station. Every senior citizen should get himself registered to the concerned police station, so they have their record, and then they can ask for the help if any required. As far as the household people who works with household housemates, they should also give the details about the household person, because it is very much important. So just for the sake of health, we cannot keep anyone like this. We should have their details, so in case something happens, then police can help us. The another point is that suppose if someone is walking on the road and knocked down, then immediately ask for the help at the spot. I know basically people don't provide help, but some people are there who on humanitarian ground. Nowadays, police is on the all the time on the road. They will take you to the concerned hospital. If you are in position to click down the motorcyclist number, if you are not severely injured, then also it will help the police. And this is the house robbery thing. Sorry, knocking down on the road. Then there is another point with regard to online fraud which are being committed, because after 2016 I worked as a defense counsel, and defense counsel for my own private clients as well as for corporate sectors. So if there is an online fraud, the system, the procedure, what we have to follow is we should prepare a complaint, we should prepare this SMS, or if there is an email, then we should take a copy of email, then attach with the complaint, then we should register it with the concerned police station. Concerned police station in the sense, if the online fraud are there, then the cyber crime plays very vital role. Cyber crime is the investigating agency who find out everything about the online fraud. There are various types of online fraud, but at this juncture, too, because there is a cyber pornography also being committed, like publishing some picture on the online that is objectionable pictures, that is also being investigated by cybercrime. Then defamation cases also, like defamation online, then also it is being conducted by the cybercrime. With all this fraud, forgery and fraud online is also there. Then illegal sale of items. Not many things are there online. So if we find if any fraud is being committed, then we should immediately write a complaint along with the complaint, we should take down the pen drive of whatever the items have been published, and that pen drive also should be attached. If we can get, if we can translate, or if we can get copy of whatever the objectionable thing is there, that should be also attached to the um, complaint and should register with the cybercrime. This is the cybercrime who will investigate into the matter. Thereafter, we have online, apart from online fraud, there is a corporate fraud also. Corporate fraud, some example if I give you, there is a like a Satyam Computers, like Kingfisher Airline, like Jetway Airlines, like PNB, that is Punjab National Bank, Yes Bank, and lot many more. So we have an economic offense wing also in Bombay, in Maharashtra, in Bombay especially, where the offense is committed of more than 10 crores. The offense can be registered with economic offense wing and they investigate. Economic offense wing basically conduct investigation in banking fraud, company frauds, scams in government project, housing frauds, and general cheating frauds. They are being conducted by the economic wing. We have to write a complaint to joint CP of economic offense wing, and whatever the fraud has been committed, those every detail has to be given, and whatever documents if we have, we should attach those documents. So this is the economic offense wing, how he plays. Then there is a marital law. I will not much highlight because marital law also plays a very important role as far as the issues in the house between husband and wife. So that also plays. Then there are cases pertaining to NDPS case which are being investigated. If it is a state authority, then it is investigated by NDPS cell, and if it is a central authority, then NCB and all. Apart from this, there is a medical legal cases. I hope there are some of the doctors in our session. They may be well aware if any medical legal case come, then like injuries, burn, etc., etc., unnatural death, accident cases, then they should definitely immediately inform the concerned police station. But if there is no death, there is only injuries and burn, then every doctor is bound to provide medical uh, medical treatment to the concerned victim about that he should take at least medical treatment should be provided to save the life of the person. There is a house robbery, there is a theft committed. There is a difference between the theft and house robbery and dacoity. If simply the item has been stolen, then this theft will be registered. If there is a robbery means two or more person comes, they come inside the house. If the people are there inside the house, then some force is being used on them and the articles, household things taken away. So this is the thing, and ultimately dacoity is also a very big thing. But the thing is there more than 5 people are required in dacoity, and they come with the arm, with the weapons and all that. 1 second, please. If senior citizens get ill-treated by children, by daughters, by son or daughter-in-law, or any other family members, then the provisions has been made to take the protection from the court. Being a prosecutor, I have conducted many cases where successfully I got the conviction, but now on the defense side, I try to save my clients from the offense being committed. Actually, opposite sides of the profession. But one has to think about the client first. That time, State of Maharashtra was my client. For 18 years, I have worked with them. And for that, my client was state police. So I used to work for them, for their protection. And ultimately, now I'm working for the defense. If anything is required to be asked, please ask me. Yeah, Mr. Burju.
Yeah. Any questions the members may have?
Yeah, I can start if there's nobody.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there will be. I think most of it will come out in the questions. Because she just briefly touched upon each thing of what she spoke can go on for hours. So I think she's just sort of touched the surface. Now, whatever you feel you should be asking her, please do so, and she'll answer. Because that way, I think it'll be a little more meaningful interaction.
Yeah, thank you, Usha ma'am. That was really wonderful listening to you. And whenever I've spoken to you, you always come as a very soft-spoken lady. I never knew. I mean, now I know that what it is to be a public prosecutor and what kind of people you must have dealt with.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask two questions. One is, if there is some crime being created by X, and if you file a case, also, is there a law that the person can do a counter harassment case on you?
Yes, person can definitely. Because the thing is that if you file a case against an ex, Mr. Abujar, I don't know in what section you are saying, but for example, he has also been assaulted. Then he will, by way of private defense, he may go and file a case against you also. And repercussion, that first case जिसका आ गया है, उसका repercussion is more. The first FIR is more important, and the latter second FIR or second harassment case definitely will have like a private defense.
Okay, correct. Also, another question that there are many, like there are many people who suffer this property matters and all. And I remember my uncle, my uncle had his place in Bangalore, and it was some person had been given on lease, and he never vacated, and he actually tried to show that he is the owner. And my uncle he's about in his 70s. Now, when you file a case on that person, till the time the case comes in hearing, it's about 10 years, sometimes 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. So there is many people, they don't want to file a case because they think there's no use. If I'm 70, how many more years will I live? Is there no way that there's going to be a time when such type of matters can be expedited?
As far as the expediting is concerned, one should file an application that he is an old aged and he wants to see the justice before he dies. So justice is more important. Otherwise, how he will get justice if it will come after 5 years, 10 years or so? So an application also should be filed with regard to that, showing his medical thing, showing his age thing. Sometime court may consider. It's not like that कि court is not considering, and court expedite the hearing also.
Super. Thanks. I think I'll ask you another question later on.
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, may I, Berger?
Yes, Sucharita, please.
Usha, that was very, very interesting to know. I am fascinated that you're able to don these different caps or robes as far as lawyers are concerned, and able to do it so exceptionally well. I wanted to know also the same question, similar to what Abuzar asked. One is about the fact that things take so long. I mean, I think justice denied is really, delayed is justice denied.
Delayed is denied as good as.
Yeah, denied. I mean, that's true. For most cases, I feel, where is the justice if it's going to take years and years for anything to happen? Then the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, in the legal world, is everything about legal and illegal, or is there anything about right and wrong?
What I believe is it's everything about the right, and it's about legal thing. The thing is that what happened, Suchi, your good name is Suchi, I think.
Sucharita.
Sucharita. The thing is that what happened once the case is being filed in the court, why it is getting delayed? Because then suppose A is filing a case in the court, then B's lawyer, on some pretext, he will file application, this, then multiplies, then reply and all. So because of that also it is getting delayed. It is not only, I understand, justice delayed is justice denied. But the thing is that your lawyer should know how to get it expedited, isn't it? When the other side keeps on filing application, then we have to file reply accordingly, and then try to get it done.
I'll see. Sorry. So that means it doesn't have so much to do with truth and untruth. It has something, it's more about legal applications and counter applications. It's not about truth. That means truth actually takes a backseat in this whole legal procedure.
No. Truth will not take a back seat. When we file something, suppose A is filing some application, he is filing for his right and this, that. To come to the final conclusion, it takes time, because evidence and everything will have to, our procedure is such, years and years before the procedures has been made. So we will have to go as per the procedure, and ultimately it comes. But I understand really it comes after 10 to 10 years after, basically.
Yeah. You spoke about it was done so long ago. I think we're still following the age-old British constitution, which we have not even changed for so long. So it's even they have changed it in London, in UK, but we are still going through the same 2 centuries old. Yeah,
that's right. But we have to go as per the procedure only. We can't do.
I know, unfortunately. I also, like Abuzar, have another question, but I'll give others a chance before I hog your hog.
Sucharita, I'll just add in to what she mentioned, and for your benefit, Sucharita, in jurisdictions outside like Singapore and in Dubai, how things are speeded up is that there is a limit to the time a case should take. That is determined when you file the complaint. Generally, the first hearing, the counsels are heard. Thereafter, only written submissions. And the third stage is a decision. So there is no counter and recounter and reapplication and refiling it. So until we reach that stage, unfortunately, the process will have to be followed.
Yeah, the question is when. Yeah.
We've not been so successful.
Yeah.
What I've heard is even in Singapore, there is a time limit there.
Yes.
You know, counsel can argue only for this much hours and all that. Okay. We don't have any such time limit. Once the counsel starts, goes on, because he will have to represent his client. So cut short method is not there with us.
Yeah, please, Anil.
Ma'am, do you think it has something to do with the quality of leadership, political leadership, the corruption in the system, the corruption in the bureaucracy? Because all these are so related, and transparency. Once these three are in place, don't you think all this will get expedited?
Mr. Anil, very difficult question you have put to me. And I think I won't be able to say anything because the politics is there, legal system is there, everything is there. I'm a lawyer, so I can do only my work. I cannot say anything about the politics and all this.
No, but your profession, I mean, I'm not talking about you, but your lawyer profession also, the more it drags, the more lack of transparency,
That's true.
the more opportunity to make money. It's a whole
But the
system
thing
which
is
is
that,
corrupted.
I won't say that it is corrupted. System is that it is a profession. When A gets a client, he gets his professional charges. So system is not so corrupted. But the thing is that one will have to have control on it.
I'm giving a practical example. A friend of mine, his son hit somebody on the road. Now, he went and paid, settled everything else. But between the lawyer, the police guy, they didn't close the case. And the guy was from Singapore. And somebody here, month after month or week, quarter after quarter, then suddenly we actually went and found that they said, no, the case, it's too messy. But we realized that this is what happens because the transparency is not there. It's not available. Now it's available on the net. You can see what's happening, what's the status.
See, every human being thinks so. When every human being suffers a problem, they really think so. It is not so. But very difficult to say anything on it. Because ultimately, then you will have to call government people. You will have to call all other agency to take a call how to expedite the things. Because expeditious thing is very much important. When the courts call out the matter, lawyers are not there. When the lawyer is sitting there, court is busy with some other work. So we can't blame anyone.
That's managed.
No. I won't say that it is managed. Not at all. Because I had worked as for 18 years as a prosecutor and now over 30 years as a lawyer. I won't say that it is managed because once you go inside the court, you will come to know what is happening, what is not happening. It's not managed thing. Now the computer time is here, nothing can be managed. Everything is online, even the board can't be managed.
Yes.
So nothing is there in anyone's hand.
Can I ask a question, Baidu? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mohan. Sorry, I was on mute. Please ask, Mohan.
Yeah. Usha ji, very lovely to hear from you. As a defense lawyer, excuse me, you also, like every human being, you have a conscience. And in your mind, you know that the person you're defending is probably guilty or absolutely guilty. You will still go on defending because he's your client and you're supposed to find a way out for him. Now, does it bite your conscience? I'm not specifically talking about you personally, but generally, would it not bite your conscience that you're doing something that is ungodly, untrue to save your client?
What you said is right, but profession is prime. बोलते हैं ना धर्म होता है. So one has to go as per the profession. I can't cheat or any lawyer cannot cheat his client. Every lawyer know that in the criminal matter so and so has committed the offense. But ultimately has to think about the client first.
God next. First client and God.
God is there. When the God is there, the justice will be also there.
Thank you.
Yes. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be many more questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other?
While others are getting their wits about, I'll ask one more question. Usha, that's okay.
Please.
I am hogging your attention, but
Please,
I just wanted to check with you. How did you feel being prosecutor and defense? Because that's very difficult to do, you know. Your mindset has to be, when you're defending, you're kind of defending, you're in defense mode. When you're prosecuting, you're aggressive, I guess. I'm assuming,
Yes.
So how do you make the switch?
It takes time, little time, because if I have worked for 18 years as a prosecutor, definitely you can say there was a prosecutor blood in my body. So all the time, but there also, whenever I found that so and so investigating agency has committed a wrong, because after reading the paper you come to know, and once your integrity is known in the court, used to say openly, my lord, there is nothing. And court knows the integrity of the person, that no, non-corrupt, nothing. So court take a call, ki yes, whatever we are saying is truth. Because ultimately we have to look up the law, what is the current law situation, apex court ka, and ultimately we have to argue on that basis. And once read the paper, one come to know. But your question was that how you find switchover. Switchover initially for few months it was difficult, no doubt. But on the contrary, switching over, I had two benefits. One, as a defense lawyer, one, to know about what police or what investigating authority has committed a mistake and all that. So there I can catch, from the paper. There I can catch. And then which is going to be benefited for my clients.
Yeah, okay.
So I have two benefits out of
it. Oh, good. Yeah, you also know the mind of the opposition because you've been there yourself. Yeah.
Mind of the opposition, the mind of the judges, basically, everything we learn because having so much of experience, yes, no doubt about it. Therefore, after that, I had corporate clients, I had a private clients. So, going on.
Good, interesting. Thank you.
Bujo, may I say something?
Of course.
Ma'am, in fact, I think you need to be more aggressive as a defense lawyer because what happens is deep down, when you said you read the paper, your conscience or your intellect tells you that who's right and who's wrong and who's playing.
That's right.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. Then you need to be more aggressive to defend a man to whom injustice is being done.
Yes, no doubt, without fail. I do that in the court.
Yes, in fact, I did law about 10 years back, only with the idea to help the poor fight defense, but I have not done it. It was my wish to do it, that to defend them free of cost, and because the police and machinery is so corrupt, and so you need your aggression to set them right.
Both the people have a problem, whether it is police or defense. Both the people have a problem. So we have to help accordingly. If defense people are having problem, we can go into it minutely, and as well as because of the past experience, can presume what could have happened and what could not.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you can,
If you need an assistant free of cost to work for defense people who are being wronged, I'm available.
Thanks. So, you are a lawyer by profession, it means.
No, I'm not. I'm a management consultant, but I did law. My grandfather was a Supreme Court lawyer, and he defended the poor like nobody's business.
Even I have done lot many family court matters or private clients, like who does not have money. I can't charge each and every person, but whenever anyone is there, we have to.
And if you need...
Usha, I'll also pitch in. With Anil for any free assistance that you might need.
Anil, then who'll handle the PRF work?
You'll be surprised.
I've only fought one case and I won it.
No, you'll be surprised at what you can really do for a defense counsel. In the sense they require a lot of material and a lot of reading and research. So you generally have assistants to do that. but
Right.
it can certainly help a lot.
That's right. That's right. Definitely, I'll be very happy to have
No,
new people
I'm here
as
to research. I can do presentation and convince people. If I'm convinced that this is wrong, I can go to any length to convince the man.
And Anil,
That's
also
right.
let me tell
Very
you, we always have two demeanors about us. If you see us in
Sorry.
I'm saying you said you are gentle and you are polite and you have to be more aggressive. I said if you go to court, we always have two demeanors. We are different people in court and different people outside court.
Absolutely.
That's right.
No, your softness must is the front, but the back is very solid. Your arguments have to be very aggressive.
Of course.
Any
Yes,
more
yes.
questions? Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yes,
Yeah, please, Mohan.
Shaji,
Hanji?
you're defending a client and the
Yeah.
prosecution is government, and they require some kind of a compromise, some money transfer before they can withdraw the case and let your client off. What will you do?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get you so properly. What did you say
There's an
about?
offer to you. An offer comes to you that you pay so much money, you let off your client, regardless
And you can,
whether he's guilty
as
or
far
not.
as me is concerned, you can ask any high court lawyer or any lawyer or any judges. You will come to know about my integrity. I'm not the person who take the money and get off the things.
I'm sorry. I think I was not understood. There is no personal question about your integrity at all.
Yeah.
I'm simply saying that this is probably the practice. And therefore, you would prefer to continue to, you have no option but to continue to defend your client, which is costing the client also. You have to think about it.
No, Anilji, it is not like that. As far as others are concerned, I can't comment anything. As far as me is there, of course, you said ki you have wrongly understood. It is not so. I understood what you mean to say. It is not so. Not in each and every case. It does not happen in each and every case.
But
Whether
this
it is
is the
on
practice.
defense.
To your knowledge,
Sorry?
this is a practice, common practice.
My knowledge is
Is this normally happening all the time? Compromises?
it didn't happen with me, so I won't be able to say. Initially, when I was a junior in the office, once or twice people asked, I said no, nothing doing. After that, people didn't dare to ask me anything. So it depends upon person to person, so I won't be able to say about any other person.
Very well defended. You're a good defense lawyer.
No. Whatever the factual position was there, Mr. Anil, I told you that.
So, any other questions?
Marjo, just last one question.
Yeah, sure, Abu sir. Yeah, you mentioned.
Usha ma'am, I don't know whether you will answer this question, but I would just like to ask any memorable case which you would like to share, since you've done criminal, anything which you feel, which you think that one of the most, a success for you, or any memorable case.
See, success, touchwood, Mr. Abu sir, touchwood, by the grace of God, I got good success in my career of prosecutor. And memorable case, there are many memorable cases. There are list of memorable cases, like death sentences I will take. There was one Karthik Raj murder case, national level tennis player from Pune. That person's body was cut into the pieces by the friends, hand chopped, legs chopped, head chopped, and then removed all the blood in the washroom, and then the body became light, and they threw different places. So I was a prosecutor in the High Court in that matter, in which there was a 10 opponent to me, okay, senior advocates and all that. Still, touchwood, I got success and memorable because my defense counsel, senior advocate, he mentioned to the court that the way she has worked, she should be awarded a special fee. It is a request because we get very meager amount. That time I used to get 1500 per day. So very meager amount. So like that, I have other lot many matters I have. Like once upon one doctor has committed rape with the patient in ICU, for whom I got a conviction and the conviction was upheld. So that was also a memorable case. Then there was a gang rape on the Thane tracks. One girl was going, she was about to commit a suicide. She was taken away by 4-5 guys in the morning and committed a rape. So I got a success. Again, I was defending senior counsel. There again, I got a life sentence for all the 5. So like that, lot many cases are there. One of the bribery case of doctor was also there, where 200 rupees bribe was given, and senior counsel said you won't be able to get any success. Then court told me only one thing: you come after lunch, only satisfy on this point. And I came after lunch having my food by one hand, looking out for citation and all that. Ultimately, I succeeded again in that. So, lot many experience I had.
Ma'am, have you ever had a thing wherein anybody has threatened you after you've won and gotten them a sentence?
Yeah. Threatening.
And how did you handle that? Yeah.
Threatening was there in dacoity murder case, but police gave me protection for a short time, and ultimately things went away. Okay, like in encounter matters also, I got threatening. Okay, for short period, one has to calm and cool down, and ultimately get success.
That's indeed commendable.
I'm sorry.
So that's indeed commendable.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Barjor.
Any more questions? Okay. May I request Ashwin to propose a vote of thanks, please?
Thank you, Barjor. And thank you, Madam Kejariwal, for giving us the overview of the criminal laws. We civil lawyers always find criminal law practice very fascinating, but now we understand that it also involves hard work of going through thousands of pages of charge sheet and preparing evidence and all. And that too, when you work as a prosecutor at a meager salary or bigger amount per case, still you put your commitment, that is commendable. So we thank you very much for coming and spending your time with us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kejariwal. It was a very, very enlightening speech.